Okay, one of the requirements in your brochure is to make a map on the middle section, middle pane of this first page, which ends up being the back page. It's the back of the brochure. So, and the requirement is that you don't just copy or crop a map or use the snippet tool to crop a map out there using some mapping tool online. I want you guys to draw the lines and the star where your location is and put a little call-out box that gives your maybe you could put the address, but the address is right here underneath it, so you don't need the address like I didn't do the address. But anyway, I want you guys to draw it all yourselves, and I use little text boxes for this. So anyway, I'm going to first do this curved line. I just want to show you it's very similar to using the drawing tools in the, oops, there it is, in Word, just like you guys used. But this curve tool is very useful to learn how to use, and that is when I first click, I'm just going to try to duplicate this line up here, down here. And I draw one to start it, or I click once to start it, left mouse click, then I click again, and now notice, and I let go, so I just click and let go, and I'm pulling, and notice how it arcs it a little the further I pull. And so I want to make it look like that, so I'm just going to keep kind of arcing a little bit, and then just have it go across I-25. And then I double click. When I double click, it ends. And now it's one component. It is a drawn shape. Now if I do a right mouse click, I go to Format, Auto Shape, and I don't think it turns a color while I do this. Let's just see if I turn it red. No, so it's after I have to hit Apply or hit Save, or OK, I mean. So you can change the colors, modify it, do whatever you want. This is where you change the width if you want to make it thicker or thinner. And then I'll hit OK, so now I've got a red line. And I-25, when I drew this, I just used if you guys have figured this out by now, that's Coronado's address. I just made my location Coronado, and I'm fine if you copy that, you can do that. Or you can just make up street names if you want. And there's I-25, so again, what did I do? I went to Format and changed the width, okay? Then for the stars in this color box, exact same tools, right? Insert shapes. I'll do this box right here, this call-out box, and that's these guys. They allow you to put text just like the rectangle box, any other boxes. So I use this one, and I drew it, and then I can drag. Oops, you got to get it just right there until you get that little yellow direction there, or the point to box, and it points to your destination. And then of course you put in your address or just put in the name of your company. And let's see, I'm just going to highlight or select it, and I'm going to delete that. And then one more thing is the text boxes, same thing. Well, if your menu ever disappears like that, where it automatically hides, if you just click the little pin button here, pin the ribbon, then it'll stay. But it's kind of nice if you want more screen to work with and you don't want these in the way, you can always click this up arrow and that hides your pull-down menus. You can still use them, you just have to click on them to see them. And then you just pin it if you want to keep it. Alright, so I'm going to go to Insert Shapes. Actually, I just go to Insert Text Box, Draw Text Box. And there we have it. And that's how I make my text box. And then I like to turn off the, when I format it, let's see if we have a format, there we go. I like to turn off the line color around it. Okay, it is no color, so good. When I deselect it, sometimes when you make a text box in some programs, when you deselect, you'll still see a black line around it. And in this case, it isn't by default, so that's good. And then you can type in the names of your streets and move it around wherever you want. Change the font size. All right, so have fun with that. I am going to, I'll come around and help you out as needed individually.